Hey, hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how I make chapati recipe tiramisu.
Well done. I begin by making the coffee first, and here I'm putting in the coffee and the sugar and using a tiny bit of water just to caramelize the coffee. Now my husband taught me this, and it does make a difference. I've noticed that the coffee smells much more aromatic. So after pouring the water, try to dissolve the coffee as much as possible. So you want a tiny bit of water here. And then add more water and dissolve some more. So after dissolving the coffee, I add the remaining water. So altogether I'm using roughly 270 milliliter of water. That's just under 1.5 cup, I believe. I pour the coffee into a wide dish and put the dish in a bowl of cold water to help the coffee cool quickly. It's important to cool the coffee completely before soaking the sponge fingers in it to stop the sponge fingers from becoming soggy. In a mixing bowl, pour the double cream and add the caster sugar. Now whisk the caster sugar and the double cream together for roughly 5 minutes until the sugar has dissolved properly. This will also thicken the cream. Now add the remaining ingredients and whisk the mixture together to mix everything in properly. Now continue to whisk the mixture together for roughly 5 more minutes until the cream has thickened considerably. You will know the cream is ready when the whisking starts forming waves in the cream and the cream starts to hold its shape. Once the cream is ready, tap off any excess cream on the whisk. And remember to divide the cream into 2, as we will need 2 lots of cream for the double layering of the tiramisu. Here I'm showing you what the sponge finger looks like. The layer of sugar balances the bitterness of the coffee. When you soak the sponge finger in the coffee, start with the sugared layer. Roll the sponge finger in the coffee for roughly 30 seconds and gently shake off any excess coffee. You will know that the sponge finger has soaked up sufficient amount of coffee to give you the coffee flavour when you press the non-sugared layer gently and it feels spongy, but the middle still feels hard. Here I break the sponge finger in half just to show you what the middle will look like. I soak the sponge fingers in coffee and layer the bottom of the dish. Once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to soak 2 to 3 sponge fingers in one go, which will make the process much quicker. Once you've layered the bottom of the dish with the sponge fingers, add half of the cream. Use a flat spoon or a spatula to spread out the cream as evenly as you can, making sure to push the cream into the corners. Because the dish is made of glass and transparent, you can look at the sides of the dish to check to see if the cream layer is even. Smooth out the cream to form a flat surface, which will help the next layer of sponge fingers to sit properly. Now take a clean piece of tissue and wipe the sides. Now add the next layer of sponge fingers. Due to the dish being wider at the top, you should be able to fit all the sponge fingers lengthwise. I've noticed how some of the sponge fingers look harder and drier than the rest. I use my finger to gently press down to make sure that they are hard, and then use a teaspoon to add more coffee. Now add the remaining cream and smooth it out evenly, making sure to push the cream into the corners. It's best to make the tiramisu the night before and let it set overnight in the fridge. Tiramisu should be kept refrigerated and it should stay fresh for 2 to 3 days.
Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment below.